Hello, everyone. This is the Insert Title Show, and I'm your host, Wolf Strife. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Tomb Raider reboot. Now, this came out on March 5th, 2013, the day after I turned 26. Kind of weird. It's made by Crystal Dynamics, a subsidiary of Square Enix, and this is the same company that also made Tomb Raider Legend, Tomb Raider Anniversary, and Tomb Raider Underworld. So they're definitely the Tomb Raider team. For some reason, they wanted to do a reboot of the whole series, so this is, that reboot. I guess I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's kind of weird to reboot an entire series nowadays. It just takes so much time, energy, and money to do a video game now that it seems kind of weird to want to do a reboot. Because I mean, you're gonna have to make what, 4 games now to have a series, and that's gonna take like a decade to do. So I don't know. But whatever. Good luck to them. This was an amazing game. Probably the best game I've played all year so far, so I really, really enjoyed it. The gameplay is very fun, I mean, it's stuff you're used to, over the shoulder aiming and shooting and stuff, climbing up walls and buildings and stuff. It's basically stuff you've all done before, just not really in a Tomb Raider game. But it's really well put together. The graphics, I think, are really good, especially the environments. The environments look really cool, like the grass and the trees, and the everything has a very good aged look to it and stuff. Very, very cool on that end. The sound effects are great. The voice acting is pretty good. I like the new chick who's doing Lara Croft. I think they have the same old chick doing mature Lara Croft, but for this younger version of her, they have a new chick doing her. Can't remember her name. It's like Camelia Luddington, I think, is doing the young Lara Croft, and what's her name, Keely Haas or whatever, is doing the more mature Lara Croft. So that's kind of interesting. I really like both of them, so kudos. The new chick's pretty good, and I still like the old chick doing Lara Croft's voice, so hopefully they do a couple more games with her. But yeah, I mean, the game's fucking awesome. Pretty damn good action. The guns are very fun. The bow and arrow is awesome. The explosions and stuff look cool. The bad guys are pretty interesting. I mean, a lot of same old, but they're pretty cool. The soundtrack is a little weird. They went for a more of a minimalist approach with it, so there's not really a lot of music in the game. But when I was playing it near the end, when things started getting a little crazy and creepy and shit, I was like, man, it sounds like something out of Dead Space. And then after I beat it, I went on Wikipedia to kind of get some information and see what the critics said about it and stuff. And on the soundtrack section, it said soundtrack done by the same guy that did Dead Space. So I was like, yeah, that's fucking weird. I noticed that, but whatever. I have the power. So yeah, the soundtracks. It's not that. I didn't really like the soundtrack all that much actually. What little of it I did get to hear. I think because we were dealing with a lot of Japanese lore and mythology and stuff. I think they should have had a lot more of the Japanese taiko drums and stuff in the soundtrack and stuff like that. And they didn't have the classic Tomb Raider theme song at all in it, so I was kind of pissed about that. Maybe they're trying to get away from that iteration of Lara Croft, or maybe it's just not hasn't grown to that level yet or something. I don't know, but they should have at least had it in there. I mean, imagine a Metal Gear game that doesn't have some iteration of the Metal Gear theme song. Yeah, but the characters for the most part were all right. I think they did their job making Laura seem more human and sympathetic and stuff, a lot more emotion and stuff and friendship and all that crap. I think the game would have been just as fine if those If her friends had not been in the game, I think it would have been just as fine. But whatever. I know they were trying to make this younger version of Lara Croft more innocent and more vulnerable and stuff, which, is fine and realistic. I mean, she's like 19 years old going through this shit, so yeah, pretty crazy, but I guess I understand what they are doing with that. The villains are, typical bad guys. But the spoiler alert, the undead samurai army is pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I just wish I was a more of a bad. I mean, I love Lara Croft. Don't get me wrong, but I wish I was like, I don't know, Dante from Devil May Cry or Kratos or even like Big Boss. I wish I was somebody like that going up against these undead samurai guys. So I feel like it would have been more of a realistic thing going on. I mean, it's just a little hard to understand a 19-year-old, 95-pound chick, going up against 100 undead samurai guys. It's like, okay. She handled that situation surprisingly well, I would like to say. But yeah, I mean, the game's pretty unrealistic. I mean, guys, do you have to start every fucking scene or end every fucking scene with Lara Croft taking a terrible fall? I mean, it's like, ow, I get it. She's having a bad day, And I also get it. Yeah, she's tough. I mean, I couldn't even imagine Kratos taking these falls. After like 4 hours into the game, he would be like he was after fighting the Colossus of Rhodes in God of War 2. I mean, just hobbling around like, about to die. So, yeah, it's a video game. I get it, but still, take it easy on Lara Croft, all right? I know she's tough. She's brilliant. I love her. She's a great character. But you don't have to beat the shit out of her every 5 minutes. But yeah, I mean it's just a really good game, and I mean I would probably put it up there with Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 2. I can't really explain what that genre of video game is. I guess it's like platforming slash action slash adventure, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's what you would put it in. Even though if you think about it, God of War could be put in there into that genre too, but I can't really I can't really put a God of War game together with like a Tomb Raider game. I mean, it's just too weird. So I think I usually put God of War in the just straight up adventure genre, and I put like the Uncharted games and Tomb Raider games into the platforming genre. And then I put like the Metal Gear games into the action genre, just kind of mix separating them like that, I think, is the way to go. It's just a really good game, and if you haven't played it, definitely check it out. I'm going to be going through all the Tomb Raider games that I can. I mean, I think I own a couple from the PlayStation 1 days. I'm going to go through those. I'm going to go through Tomb Raider Legend. I haven't gone through that. I'm going to go through Tomb Raider Anniversary again. I haven't done that in a couple of years. And then I'm going to do Tomb Raider Underworld. And then after that, I'll do like, what was that, Guardian of Light arcade game they did. Then I might check out some of the PlayStation 1 ones. So that'll be pretty cute. And I'll be posting episodes about those. So yeah. Considering that I got this Tomb Raider game for free when it was the free game of the month or whatever a couple of months ago, pretty cool. Pretty cool. A damn good game to get for free. So yeah, I really really enjoyed it. Got a lot of achievements on. I mean, probably the game took me about 10 or 12 hours. Yeah, I guess about 12 hours to beat. But I was, trying to get as many achievements as I could going through it, so that naturally added couple of hours. So if you just want to sit down, go through the game, you could probably do it in 9 or 10 hours. So yeah, check it out. It's a damn good game. Oh, and one other thing before I end this, there was a slight controversy with this game because there's a scene kind of early on in the game where Lara Croft kind of gets taken prisoner by the bad guys on the island, and there's this one guy who's kind of like rubbing on her and stuff, like, well, the guy hasn't seen a chick in like 10 years, so naturally he's going to be a little touchy. Now, that pissed off the feminists and social justice warriors and shit. They're like, how dare you put Lara Croft in a vulnerable situation where she could be raped and da da da. I'm like, yeah, She's a 19-year-old beautiful chick with great boobs. What? She's gonna be, yeah, messed around with by the bad guys. That's kind of what they do. So the game makers were like, no, 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 we didn't mean to do that. Da, da, da. So when you actually do the scene where you basically are getting touched by this guy, you basically have to press, button mash and stuff like that to get out of the situation and stuff. But if you don't do that, he goes right from touchy grabby to strangles you to death if you mess up and don't press the right button. I'm like, yes, I really think that's what he was about to do. So I think they kind of flipped out and made it, no, 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 we're not. He's not trying to rape her. He's trying to kill her. Yeah, yeah. So I think they just kind of flipped, got scared by the feminists on that one. But it's kind of a funny thing if you screw up on, like, okay, he goes from lovey-dovey to strangles me to death. Oh, okay. But whatever. It's I think they just kind of panicked on that one. But whatever. It's still a great game. I just thought it was kind of a funny thing to see and read about. So pretty funny, pretty crazy. But this game was a huge, huge seller. It sold like 8.5 million copies. So only a very few select group of franchises can sell games at that level. So it's cool to see the Tomb Raider brand is alive and kicking. So check it out.